Good morning, dear ones. This is your daily devotion for Thursday, May 14th from All Saints Lutheran Church. I'm sitting here in my backyard next to our grapevine. We thought this vine was dead. It had all dried up and withered, and we had chopped away the dead parts and taken out the trellis and kind of buried it. But somehow, as you can see, a little remnant survived and popped up and has continued to grow here, even though it's all on the ground. So now we have to figure out, we have to get a new trellis or something to hold it up, because it's just flourishing here. And we've even got little tiny grapes. Let me see if I can find some here. There we go. Little tiny grapes. When we confirmed 10 of our 9th graders a few weeks ago on a confirmation worship service held on Zoom, we read from the passage where Jesus says, "I am the vine and you are the branches." And from the Gospel of John. And this profound metaphor was so appropriate for the students at this stage in their faith journey, because in a way they were being grafted directly onto Christ as the vine. On the one hand, it was a celebration of their coming into the stage of adulthood and greater independence and responsibility, but at the same time, greater dependence directly on Christ himself as the nurturer of their faith. And where they had been receiving faith and nourishment through their parents, now they were set to receive it directly from Christ himself as the vine. And for many of these students, for many of us, that process of growing into adult faith had involved some pain, some challenge. They'd gone through periods of doubt. They'd gone through periods of wondering, is this really real? Or is this just what I've been taught? And how can I be sure? How can I claim this for myself? How can I know that these things are true for me? And so that process of pruning and grafting and making a mature faith had not always been easy, but had been fruitful in the end, and felt like it gave them something more real and more lasting. I want to share with you a confession about why I tend to do these videos on the day of, most of the time live with you, but usually not recorded ahead of time. And part of it's just because I got a lot going on. But it's also because it's become kind of a spiritual exercise for me. Oftentimes I have a little bit of an idea of what I want to talk to you about. And then I wake up and I sit for my quiet time around 6 o'clock in the morning, and I think, I don't have anything to share with these people. It's my confession time with you. I don't have anything to share. What do I have to share? I'm just struggling to get through one day after another, just like everybody else. I don't have it all together. I make mistakes. I'm not always the best. I have down times. I have stress times. I have times where I'm not the best parent. Sometimes I can't even remember what day it is. What do I have to offer? And then I sit, and invariably something comes. That little whisper, that little nudge of whatever it is that I need to hear, that I need to know for today, comes to me. And then I realize that I have something to share with you. So all that's to say, there's a lot of truth in this for me, that we are indeed the branches, and it is the vine who feeds us, gives us strength and gives us nourishment and gives us what we need for the day. For the day. And even when we may think there's not much potential there, there's not much going on, it turns out there may actually be quite a lot. So I offer that to you today as just an invitation to follow what Jesus invites his disciples to do in the midst of your day and your daily challenges. Right now the trash man's rolling down my street, and I'm saying a prayer for those guys as they're out doing their thing, that each of us would have a chance to tap into that vine that nourishes us, gives us strength, gives us what we need day by day. And maybe in this pruning away of excess and extra, we have an opportunity to graft ourselves even more firmly and closely into that vine that sustains us. So that is my prayer for you. That is my prayer for everyone in our extended community. I hope you are well. And if you need to get out, get outside. That's the best place to be right now. Love you all. Take care, and God bless.